So you've got a Shopify store and it's just not growing the way that you hoped. A few sales will trickle in, but every single month looks about the same. And the ad costs are eating away whatever profit you have left. Now, here's the thing, growing a Shopify store isn't about one magic trick, it's about pulling multiple levers in the right order. Get the order wrong or skip one, and you can end up burning cash. Get it right, and everything just compounds month over month and year over year. And stick around because I have 6 steps for you on how to grow your Shopify store. And step number 5 is the one that quietly doubles what most stores make per customer, but almost nobody sets it up. So, real quick, who I am and why you should listen to me. I'm David Paratino. I've been in the e-commerce game for 8 years. I've grown my own e-commerce brand completely bootstrapped from a small investment to over 7 figures in revenue. I also manage meta ads for some of the biggest e-commerce game brands in the game and have spent over $100 million on meta. So I run this exact same playbook for my e-commerce brands and my clients every single day, and I want to give that to you completely for free. So this is the actual system, right? And if you're doing somewhere between 10 and 30 grand a month, subscribe so you never miss out, hit the like button. And then if you want me to make any video, leave it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to do that. All right, let's get into it. So why Shopify stores stall out? Let me tell you why. And it's probably not why you think. It's almost never that the team isn't working hard or that the owner's not working hard. You're working plenty hard, right? It's the growth levers are not being pulled in the right order, one's getting skipped, or multiple are missed. And the classic mistake that I see in brands that come to me that are struggling with their ads is that they're dumping money into ads before their site even converts. And I personally won't take on a client that doesn't have proof of concept, proof of offer, right? If you're just throwing money into Meta, throwing money into Google, whatever platform you're on, you haven't put in the effort to prove out organic demand. That's like pouring water into a leaky bucket. And growth is not some secret. It's 6 levers pulled in sequence. I'm going to show you the exact order. So, number 1, get your offer right and your hero product right. Number 2, turn your store into a conversion machine. Number 3, turn on profitable paid traffic. And do not do this before you have completed step number 1 and number 2. Number 4, build your email and SMS engine. You can do that around the same time or before paid ads as well. You can mix up those two. Number 5, focus on increasing your average order value. Once you have your offer and your hero product right, and your site's converting, you have ads running, you have email running, focus on increasing your average order value. And there's multiple strategic ways to do that, which I'll dive into later in this video. And again, that is the single most important lever that brands can pull once they're trying to get to that next level. And number 6 is win repeat customers. So why is traffic not the first step, right? Why is it the third step? That's obviously my whole channel is about meta ads and traffic, right? You think that we would start with traffic. No, traffic to a store that doesn't convert just sets money on fire. And again, I will not work with brands that are starting from zero. I need to see some sort of proof of concept, some sort of proof that your offer does work, right? So we'll start at the top and we'll go through these in order, just as you should. So number 1, get your hero offer and your product right. Look, you can't outmarket somebody if nobody wants to buy from you. Right? Growth starts there. You have to have organic demand, some level, right? So find your best product, your hero, the one with your best margin and the most demand. Then what you do after that is you build a no-brainer offer around it. A bundle, a real guarantee, free shipping over a certain threshold, right? Make it the kind of deal where saying no feels dumb. Lead with that product and that offer everywhere. Your ads, your homepage, your email, in conversations with your friends, right? Colleagues in the industry, lead with that offer. And then once you nail this, everything downstream gets easier. After you have the offer dialed down, now turn your store into a conversion machine. Do not spend a single dollar on traffic until you do this, because most stores leak. Slow load times, a poor mobile experience, weak product pages, no reviews, no trust. You're going to end up paying for clicks that bounce right off. And if you can afford that, that's a different story. But just know that every unprofitable dollar that you spend on ads, you're going to have to be twice as profitable to offset that in the future, right? So fix your site speed first. Make sure your website's optimized for mobile first. because when you run ads, about 90% of your traffic will be mobile, right? And so most of your buyers will be on their phone. Optimize your site for that. Add reviews, add trust, spell out benefits, make the buy button impossible to miss. And remember, the click doesn't convert on the ad, it converts on your landing page, right? So once you have that sorted, and now that the bucket's not leaking, let's turn on the water. And by water, we mean profitable paid traffic. This is the ultimate unlock. I've seen brands go from 10, 20K a month to over 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 a month in a matter of 5 to 6 months because they have a predictable, profitable paid traffic acquisition strategy. And this is absolutely critical in 2026. And the best way to do it in 2026 is through meta ads, right? So here's a simple version. If you're an e-commerce brand, you want to optimize for purchase, you want to go broad, you want to let the algorithm do the heavy lifting, especially at the start, right? And your job is not to outsmart the algorithm, right? Your job is to feed it strong tracking, strong creative, and let it go find buyers for your already proven offer, right? And I made a video a few days ago about how to work with the algorithm, not against it. So go back and watch that one if you haven't. And I dropped some real nuggets in there about the changes to Meta's algorithm, which always does change. And it's very important to stay on top of that. And if this video is valuable, subscribe and like so you never miss another video like this. Because again, once you start running meta ads and running ads, pushing traffic to your website, it's very important that you stay up to date with the latest trends. And Meta is always changing. So a small percent increase or decrease on your performance can go a long way. So smash that subscribe button and I would really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. All right. And so this is exactly where I come in for businesses. Once I see that they have a proven offer, that their site's converting, right? And they don't know how to market it. They don't know how to put ad dollars behind it strategically. And that's where I come in and help. And so once you have those steps, turn on the paid traffic, and it can be very, very lucrative, especially in 2026 with all the changes that Meta's made. It is the best ad platform to date. All right, step number 4. Again, you can do this before step number 3. I kind of mix them up based on the situation with the client. But if I had to do one first, I would probably do this. But you want to own your audience at the end of the day. This is a long-term strategy. So it's not that big of a deal if you don't have it right at the start. But again, owning your customer is always going to be cheaper than running paid ads. And it's part of an overall ecosystem that you're trying to build when you build a brand, right? So you're leaving money on the table if you're not capturing emails. Again, at the start, you're probably not going to be spending that much, so it's not a huge deal. But you do want to capture emails. You do want to use Klaviyo. It's the gold standard for email and e-commerce. And you do want to have the welcome flow, the post-purchase flow, abandoned cart flow, browse abandonment flow, and then any other flows that make sense specifically for your business you should have. And those should essentially be on autopilot, right? You can change them every now and then, but the goal is you set them up and then they kind of run in the background and they complement your paid traffic, right? So the beauty of these is it's very set and forget, right? Unlike ads, these email flows are definitely much more automated and can, contribute to and help your revenue, right? Because a lot of times the paid traffic will come in on mobile, they'll sign up for your pop-up, for your email, right? And then they're busy, they're at work or they're with their kids or whatever it is that they're doing. And then, they go back home at night and they see the welcome email, they click it and they buy, right? So they work really well together. And having that, running alongside your paid traffic can really, really make a successful e-commerce brand. And then once you have that, once you have your offer dialed in, your website's converting, you're running paid traffic, you're running email, now it's time to think about how you can strategically raise your average order value. And here's why it's so powerful. If every customer spends the exact same small amount, growth is going to be slow and your ad cost will crush you. Now, CPMs on Meta have gone up every year. I will say conversion rate has also increased, but as a general rule of thumb, there's more advertisers on Meta. It's getting more and more expensive, right? There are ways to offset that. I do have some clients where it's actually cheaper this year. They're acquiring customers at a cheaper cost because of all the work we're doing. But for the most part, you want to build your business around the fact that in general, acquisition is going to get more expensive over time, not less, right? So how do you offset that? Raise your average order value. If you can get each customer to spend more dollars, then you make more profit per order, which means you can reinvest that money into your business. You can spend more money to acquire more customers, right? That's how you outscale your competition, right? So add bundles, add a one-click upsell at checkout, set your free shipping threshold just a little bit above your average cart, right? And some of the brands that I'm working with that are a little bit more further along, doing 100, 200K a month, right? We're testing different free shipping thresholds. We're using landing page split tests, right? We're doing all these things incremental to the business where, you know, there's a ton of money that's left on the table if you don't, and you're just guessing blindly, right? So small changes here can really impact your bottom line. And then step number 6, win repeat customers, right? Chasing new buyers is a treadmill that you don't want to be on forever. It's expensive, and the real profit, especially with any recurring revenue business, any repeat purchase business, or replenishable product, think supplements or skincare, things like that, right? The real profit comes when people come back. And so you do not want to be strictly reliant on new customers forever. And you already paid to acquire the customer once, which is the beauty of this whole e-commerce business, right? At the beginning, it's going to look very unprofitable or borderline profitable, but you have to factor in the lifetime value. And especially if you have an offer that people love and they you know they're going to come back for, the customers that you acquire up front are going to be very profitable in the future, and they're just going to continue to compound, right? So nurture them. Post-purchase email flows, subscriptions, loyalty offers, right? Retention is where the margin actually is in e-commerce businesses. So before we recap, the thing that ties all 6 steps together is your numbers, right? Every business is different. Every business is different. There's no one size fits all. So have that have that context with you when brainstorming, when coming up with your numbers, right? Your business is different than every other business. You cannot just simply follow a channel like this on YouTube and apply something I'm saying to your business as if it applies to every single business, right? I treat all my clients differently, right? In the sense that each business is different. Each business has a different number of, every line item is different, percentage wise, number wise, right? Team size, goals that they have. Like some businesses want to break even and grow as big as possible and then sell it one day. Some businesses want to be profitable right now, right? Every brand is different. So you have to know your break even. You have to know your numbers. If you don't know it, then you're just flying blind, right? You have to know your numbers. And that's business 101. Number 2 is you want to track contribution margin, not just revenue. Revenue is vanity, and profit per order is what actually helps you spend. So if you're new to this channel, I talk about contribution margin a lot. It's revenue minus COGS minus ad spend. So essentially, how much money is left for your business after you fulfill each order, including the ad spend, right? So you got to take into effect your cost of goods landed, your cost of goods to pick, pack, and ship, right? Your return rate, your Shopify transaction fee, your platform fee, right? So all those fees need to be accounted for. And if you want a free contribution margin calculator, send me a DM on LinkedIn, David Paratino, or X, and I will send that to you for free. You can plug it in right to your business and find out exactly where you need to be. And then number 3, you want to watch lifetime value, or LTV, not just your first purchase, right? This is a very common mistake that business owners make that aren't familiar with meta ads, especially at the start, because meta ads reports ROAS on a 7-day window. But if you have a repeatable purchase, say you're an e-commerce brand or you're a gym and you're getting new customers in, right? Those customers are going to be very valuable for you over time, especially if you have some sort of repeat purchase model, right? So for e-commerce brands, supplement, skincare, for like service businesses like gyms or lawn care, things like that, those customers are still going to be increasingly valuable for you in the future. You just can't look at the short-term return on ad spend, right? So look at your LTV. I like to look at 90-day LTV to CAC for most businesses that have some sort of repeat purchase rate. But again, every business is different. So let's bring it home. 6 steps to grow your Shopify store in 2026, right? You're going to fix the offer. You're going to make your store convert. You're going to turn on profitable meta ads. You're going to build your email and SMS flows. You're going to raise your AOV, and then you're going to win repeat buyers. And comment GROW on this video right now, and I'll send you my free Shopify growth checklist. And if this video was helpful for you, subscribe, because I put one of these out every single day, so you can always stay up to date with the latest trends. And hey, if you'd rather have my team just grow your business for you, send me a DM on LinkedIn or X. I'd be more than happy to schedule a call and see if it'd be a good fit. So you got this. Go out today, pull the first lever, pull one lever today that you can grow your business and you can take that next step. And I will see you on the next video.